Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Controller Slot B podcast, the show where I can't be fucked, apparently, to edit episodes properly because I just looked at last episode and there's like a whole minute at the beginning of us pre-gaming and talking about how we're gonna fucking what we're gonna talk
You
about in
always
the episode.
you always got a pregame, dude.
Yeah,
You got to get hyped up.
gotta get
I'm
that
glad that I'm glad
pre-podcast
that
hype.
I'm glad that motherfucker Craig isn't in this fucking recording
Yeah,
again.
we had to get rid of Craig because Craig corrupted all the fucking files for last
What
episode,
a
and
what a piece of shit.
we wound up with a 30-minute episode instead of an
What a
hour-long episode. What a
what a
fucking
piece of
bastard!
shit. Yeah, fucking nonsense, man. Fuck him. We don't need him.
Yeah, fuck Craig.
Yeah.
You know what? Craig's
Anyways,
banned.
yeah, Brett. You know what? We're gonna invite him onto the podcast just so we can roast the fuck out of him. That's
Yeah.
all we need.
Craig's
I
gone. He's
want
out of
to.
here. I just banned him.
I want to. I want to pay one of those people that do like the cameo videos to come on our podcast and just pretend to be Craig.
Yeah. Whoever
You know
does
what I
the
mean?
Craig voice, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, man. So, how you been?
Yeah, I've been great, dude. We skipped a week due to hard drive failure, which was a whole
Fucking
fucking thing.
yeah.
Um,
Whole lot of bullshit, man. Tell me about that.
dude, oh, it's a nightmare. All right, so everything's gone now. I had to completely reinstall Steam, everything, the streaming stuff, all my software. A lot of drivers got uninstalled that are very stupid specific to like little hardware quirks that I have because like I'm like I could either spend $100 on this piece of equipment or I could get five like $10 pieces of equipment and pay 50 instead total and just like jerry rig it together. And because of that, now I'm paying the consequences of I don't remember how I set this shit up, so I've gotta
Right,
redo
right.
everything. And on top of that, getting the drive in there was a pain in the ass because like I got such a compact PC case that I damn near had to take the whole thing apart just to get the drive out and put the new one in.
Right,
So that was stupid hard, and it shouldn't have been. But I'm on the other side of it now, and it's pretty great.
right. That's cool.
Because having 2 terabytes is great, and I just for shits, I installed every game that I own on Steam and only filled up like half the fucking hard drive.
There you go, dude.
Yeah.
Nah, man. I feel you on that one. Nah. Right now I'm just playing one of my favorite games. Actually, I think my favorite game to stream, funny enough, for whatever reason, but Oregon Trail.
Oh boy.
Dude, I had so much fun the one time I streamed playing this game.
Mhm. I
I
remember
don't know
that.
what it I don't know what it is. It's just so fun. It's like one of those games I can just turn on and just turn my brain off and
Yeah.
just play. But
Just
it's
get
like
absorbed
if
in.
you fuck up in this game, if you don't, distribute your resources properly, you get screwed up like hours later.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, so there's something I wanted to talk about, right?
Uh huh. Go
I
ahead.
was this is when we were talking about like because earlier before the podcast, I was talking to Brett. I was like, yeah, I like this indie company. You might not have heard of them before. They're called Capcom.
Mhm.
And we had a bit where I was just naming companies that are clearly not indie, but actually,
Yeah.
I was saying they were. And one of them I said was Tiger Electronics. And I thought to myself, what if one day Tiger Electronics just comes back?
They come out with a new console.
Bro, they come out with a new console that's like the shit.
They've got an Apple Watch competitor.
Yeah, like they actually like become a fucking like threat again. Could you imagine that?
Wait, did Tiger Electronics go out of business like 100% gone or
I would assume so.
that means we could bring back Tiger Electronics if we
Dude,
wanted cuz if
dude,
if they fucking go out of business and liquidate their assets, that shit's public domain now.
bro, bro, we're gonna make Half-Life 3 on a Tiger wristwatch.
It's going to be 3 frames all LCD Half-Life
Yeah,
3.
yep. And every frame's gonna have a G-man in the background somewhere.
Yeah.
I saw a meme
Mhm.
the other day that was Discord pedophiles calling their miner at like 3 a.m. and it showed the G-man where he's like,
Oh
"This is a most inopportune."
yeah.
I understand this is a inconvenient time for you.
Yeah.
That shit.
Yeah, dude,
Oh
they got
man.
they got it's not really the guy who voices him, but I swear to God, there's a impersonator out there for him that does the voice spot on that fucking memes the shit out of it all the time. Like, remember the copy pasta about
I
selling a
saw
house for
one that was like
cheeseburgers?
him getting. I saw one once that was like Gordon Freeman getting a fucking smash in, man,
Yeah.
and he flips his wrist and the letter comes out.
Oh my God. That's great.
Dude,
I love that. Uh,
no, man, and it's
Little stuff like that's
like
fucking great. I love that.
it's so funny. It's so funny. There's like voice synthesizers now that can
Hmm.
like you can make say anything. I heard fucking Notorious B.I.G. say the fucking like
Didn't he do?
Marine Corps copy pasta.
Yeah, and the same guy released him rapping "Modern Major General," which was funny as all
Yeah.
shit.
God damn
Because
it.
it's so accurate.
Yeah,
It's
that's what I
fucking
hate about it.
scary, dude. I made the Smash
Yeah,
announcer say cock and ball torture the other day.
dude. It's so crazy because like that just goes to show you how far this shit
Yeah.
is. I saw one time that was like Joe Rogan,
Oh,
but through an
Joe
AI
Rogan.
voice
Yeah.
synthesizer.
And he sounded
Yeah,
like
and it was
spot on. I remember what you're talking about. That
he's
made the
talking
rounds
about
like a
like
year
fucking
ago.
yeah, he's talking about fucking hockey or something like that, right?
Yeah,
And
he's
like
talking about
obviously
hockey and
there are
monkeys and LSD and shit like that.
yeah, and like obviously there are moments where you can like pick out that it's an AI,
Hmm.
but also there are moments where it's hard to fucking tell.
Yeah, see, the reason it's so hard to tell with Joe Rogan and so obvious with things like the Kennedy one is because they've got so like the more samples and audio of that person you feed it, the more it'll give you back. Like,
Basically, yeah, yeah.
yeah, like Joe Rogan has like what 600 episodes now, and they're all like
No, he's
hours.
like well over 1,000
Is he?
now.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, and they're like hours long a piece. So if you were to give an AI that, it's pretty much gonna fucking make something like indistinguishable almost.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and I
and like
can't
that
wait.
shit's wild.
I can't wait for like and with that and like visual deepfakes being a thing also, I can't wait for like politicians and shit to only be willing to speak to like print media people to avoid having
Yeah,
audio for samples and shit.
yeah, yeah.
But
Oh man, that's some Deus Ex shit going on,
yeah,
man.
dude, that's fucking crazy.
Bro, I
It's
can't wait till I can go to a clinic and just get a cyborg arm.
yeah. The cool thing is though, people are remapping these like AIs to Siri and Cortana and such to where like
Yeah.
you could have your copy of Cortana or Siri talk to you as fucking the G-Man or fucking who else? Who would fit that? I don't know, man.
Dude, I want G-Man to talk to me like Siri because I
Yeah.
have Siri call me Big Daddy T. So I understand this is the most inopportune time, Big Daddy T. However, like I've never even really played Half-Life, and like I just
Have you not
half
played
is
Half-Life?
no. Funny enough, I have not.
Dude, Half-Life 1 is great. And I've played Half-Life 1 like 3 times throughout my life. And Half-Life 2, which is widely considered to be the best game of all time, I just can't play. Because
Well,
I got very much
did
into Gmod way before I played Half-Life 2, and Gmod is literally all the assets from Half-Life 2. So
yeah. See,
I'm
I'm
just
I'm
laughing too
familiar.
fucking hard at Gmod sound effects to fucking
Yeah.
enjoy the game.
See, I'm familiar with Gmod because I played that. I played the shit out of that.
Yeah.
And that shit was fun. I used to get real bored and just summon NPCs to kill and
Dude,
shit.
the internet was out yesterday, or not yesterday, but day before yesterday. So all I did, Dylan was over here too, and all we did was just sit and fucking act like it was 2007 and just get the tool gun and attach thrusters to shit.
There you go.
That's where the
Phenomenal.
fun of the game is.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
Absolutely phenomenal.
as much as Gmod is very much hey, people can make cool mods for this and cool stuff can come of it. You can have so much fun with just the base stuff that it comes with that like
Yeah, no, for sure. Now the mods are fucking great
oh
though.
yeah, some people have done some amazing shit with that.
Yeah. I used to just summon a giant fucking T-Rex and make it chase me around the map.
One of my personal
Cause
favorite
why
things
not, right?
is like arena maps because people have like maps made where it's like hit this button, spawn a bunch of Half-Life 2 enemies, and just fight them in this big
Yeah,
ass
yeah.
arena, and it's fucking great. I love it.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Like that shit's really cool.
Like busting out custom like workshop weapons and shit.
Yeah, or some using like custom enemies and shit too is really cool.
Yeah, like the AI on
Yeah.
that is super cool now that they're actually like people of the Half-Life 2 AI from what I hear was actually pretty fucking good,
Yeah.
especially for like the episodes because you had Alex who was technically your partner and like sniped people for you. And I've
Yeah.
seen like gameplay of those scenes and I'm like that has to be another person like sniping for
Yeah.
him. There's zero way
Yeah.
that's an AI, but no, it is. It's just a fucking
And that's
NPC.
crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit's really cool.
But there's a shitload of Half-Life content out there, dude, and I highly recommend Half-Life
It,
1 and a bunch of the expansions for it, like Blue Shift.
yeah. Which but I say they remade the first game or something, whether it was official or fan made, but they remade it in the
Yeah,
assets of the second game. I heard that was pretty good.
yeah, and then somebody did Black Mesa, which is a remake of the first game from like the ground up, like complete, not
Yeah.
even like room for room either. It's like a fan made project, but like Valve supports it,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's said to be the best way to play Half-Life. I haven't played it, but I hear it's fucking great.
Well, that's what I thought about doing whenever I play it. 'Cause I want to play the first game first and then play the second one. And
Yeah,
then, wait another 30 years to play the third one.
you should stream it.
Yeah, I might. I just might.
Yeah.
This weekend, I'm going to try to stream either some Kingdom Hearts or some Oregon Trail.
In fact, doesn't the PS4 have backwards compatibility?
Probably
Because they
not.
re-released Half-Life 1 and 2 on the PS2, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's right. With the orange box, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, no, PS3 had Orange Box. Oh wait, you can do
Okay.
PS3 games on the PS4, right?
Pretty sure? Question mark.
Yeah.
Probably not, because Sony's real weird.
Sadly though, the Orange Box only has the second game in it and both of the
Yeah,
bonus episodes, and not. It does. It's a real good value though, because it's got like Half-Life 2, Portal, and Team Fortress 2 in
yeah.
it.
Even though nobody plays TF2 on there
Yeah,
anymore.
no, fucking. Have you? Because they don't update it. It's literally just base game 2007 TF2.
Yeah, yeah. Which I'm not the biggest fan of TF2 because I played it for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't the biggest fan of it. I also played it like around the time I was getting an Overwatch, so I was like highly
Yeah.
comparing the two.
After TF2 is very much a time sink game because I played like 3 rounds and I can tell you right now everybody that I ever played with was way better than me because there's zero matchmaking.
Yeah, no, it's fucking awful. There is no filtering of new and old players.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like, all
fucking
right, cool.
chaos. And
Yeah,
if you're
you
brand new
turn.
to the game, chances are if you hop into online, you're gonna get murdered immediately.
Yeah, no, you like because everybody's got that good gear.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just don't want to pay thousands of dollars for literal in-game fucking ones and zero hats.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Bro,
Yeah.
that shit's crazy to me. There's a fucking hat in that game that's worth thousands upon
Oh,
thousands of
there
dollars.
are quite a few of them from what I hear that are well above the $1,000 mark, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that is
What
insane that somebody would buy that.
which I guess I can't talk shit because I like Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering has cards that are like over $1,000 as well.
Are you talking about like the digital version or like actual cards?
The actual cards.
See, I can almost justify that because that's a physical object you get to keep and have. But with
Yeah.
like digital hats, what's to stop Valve from saying, "Hey, we're gonna throw like a billion more of these in circulation right after you buy it"?
Yeah, yeah.
But
That's
like
fair. At
those
least
out of print cards that you're buying are like that's 100% you're good. You're golden. That's gonna keep its value, most
yeah,
likely.
yeah. Yeah, that's true. Because I mean, with Magic the Gathering, that's usually what it is. It's like, oh yeah, a card that got printed all of one time.
Yeah.
That's like real fucking rare. Hey, you know something really funny? They did a misprint with the because recently in the newest set, it's all about like giant monsters and shit at the time of this recording.
Yeah.
Um, and they did a cool thing where they took some of the cards and they like flavored them to be Godzilla creatures.
Oh yeah. Oh, is that what I've been seeing on fucking memes and shit? It's like a SpongeBob
Yeah,
meme of Patrick, and it's like the card, and then Patrick's cowering away in fear, and it just says people who haven't played Magic the Gathering in 15 years. Oh wait, never mind. That was a Yu-Gi-Oh meme. I'm stupid.
god damn it.
I'm sorry. I don't know card games enough to remember.
Anyways, there was a version of Space Godzilla that got fucked up in the printing, and it says, and I quote, Space Godzilla Corona.
Somebody did that on purpose. Somebody went out of their
That
way to
means
do that shit.
that means that you can make a deck where your commander is Space Godzilla Corona.
Jesus Christ.
Mind you, there's a mechanic in Magic the Gathering called Infect.
Mm-hmm.
That means you could have a deck with a commander called
Yeah.
Corona and have your deck based around the Infect mechanic, and there are cards like Cloud Kill.
Oh my god. Magic is
I'm
such a
not saying
weird game, dude.
I'm not saying I've thought about it or I am thinking about it, but what I am saying is I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. See, I have a
No,
hard
Magic.
time. I have a hard time with tabletop stuff. Like even not even like just tabletop stuff, like card games included. I'm just bad at that kind of shit because I'm real bad at remembering like specific rules for specific things. And I'm better at
Yeah.
like digital versions of that sort of thing because the digital version will be like, "Hey, don't do that. That's fucking stupid.
Right.
You can't do that." And then like I'll actually be sitting down to play and like but the thing is it'll stop me if I go to do a stupid thing.
You're right.
Yeah, if I just have an absolute fucking brain fart. But
Right,
chances
fair.
are
Which I mean, if you're depend, it just
yeah.
depends on who you're playing with. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
I mean, I know I'm not
I've,
going to be
I've
absolutely crucified over a fucking card game, but still, I don't want to look like a fucking idiot.
see. Here's my thing. I played against players who are the literal like grandma pull the van around type of neckbeard,
Oh, shit.
and I've also played against people that were like, "Hey, man, you might not want to do that. Let me help you. Clearly, you've played less than I have. Let me give you some
Yeah.
advice." And like, I'm still gonna try to win, but like, I'm not gonna like one fucking turn kill you.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, it's weird. I, yeah, video games are more my realm, dude, but I don't know. Tabletop stuff seems cool from a distance, and I
Yeah.
like to spectate that sort of thing. I'm just not as keen on getting involved.
Dude, it fucking destroys your wallet. I've dumped so much money into my commander deck.
That's another thing that stops me from getting involved with that sort of shit is the fact that already have like way too many expensive hobbies.
Yeah, dude, it fucking destroys my wallet. And what's crazy too is that it's all like. So here's the thing. This is really interesting about the tabletop
Uh-huh.
community that I've noticed. How much money you dump into your decks depends on the the quality of playing that the people around you have. And what I mean by that is, if all your friends or your gaming group, if you like meet up at a game shop and play and all this stuff, if they're playing like decks they've been working on for years, they're fine tuned, they've got like in and out strategies, like
Yeah.
everything is fine tuned to the point that like the percentage chance of them winning is astronomically higher.
Mm-hmm.
Then in response, you're gonna try to dump money into your deck to bump up your win percentage.
Yeah. And
You know
it's
what I mean?
it's just an endless pool of one upping, and the only person who really wins is the person who gets the fucking money for the cards.
Yeah, it does kind of end up like that, but it just depends because I mean, what I try to do is I have decks that are at different levels. So I have
Mm-hmm.
one deck that's like super competitive, like this is when I'm trying to like prove a fucking point, basically.
Yeah, just so you can better matchmake with people, have multiple decks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I have one deck that's literally just a pre-con, basically a deck that the company releases like already made.
Uh-huh.
That I'll use against like newer players and stuff. Because it's to me, it's not fun
It's
being the guy who wins every single time.
yeah, I don't know because I don't like being the guy who wins because I'm good at shit sometimes, but like I don't know, like I don't like to play Tetris against people very often.
Yeah.
Like that's cuz that's the game that I'm like super fucking good at and will destroy almost anyone in a 1-to-1 on. And
Right.
like, so I'll just play other games like Smash that I'm not really good at because I have more fun. Funnily enough, I have more fun if I'm losing on a regular basis than I am if I'm fucking winning on a regular basis because that leaves more opportunities to fucking goof around.
Get better. Yeah.
Yeah, and get like improve myself and also just have generally more fun with it.
No, that's totally valid. I mean, I'm kind of in the middle. I like to have an even challenge, but not win every single time.
Yeah.
It also just depends on how many people are playing the game too. Like, there are very few games that are competitive in nature that people don't play that I still play all the time. Like, A lot of my like really old fighting games that unless I'm using like Fightcade or something, people really aren't playing online on like modern releases,
Yeah.
or like some shooters that I just kind of play just for single player stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Funny enough, that are competitive that I don't really play.
Again,
Like basically there is stuff that I like to play that either a lot of people don't play anymore or they do, but I don't really dabble in. That is kind of competitive.
yeah.
I
Again,
think I
if you're
think
looking for a game that like a shooter that really emphasizes story and campaign and actually had, because like a lot of these shooters have enough mechanics for a really good fucking campaign to build off of it, but a lot of them just lose that potential altogether. But like
yeah,
Half
like
Life does a great job of that.
yeah. I mean, Overwatch. I've always said that if they actually had like a story mode, especially with all the heroes they have, it would be really cool.
Yeah, and having like a short, maybe not even like a long thing because that'd take a lot of effort, but like for each hero having it own like having their own little custom set of levels and
Story.
whatnot, and like
Yeah,
side
yeah,
story stuff. Kind of like how old Sonic games did it, the older 3D
yeah,
ones.
yeah. Oh man, I tell you what, there was one shooter that came out, fucking Titanfall 2,
Mm-hmm.
that like
I heard
I
that was
didn't
really
expect.
good.
Yeah, actually, I didn't expect the story mode to be that cool
Oh,
and
there
like that
was a
good.
cool campaign for it.
Yeah, dude, there's a whole section of it where you're time traveling, but you're doing it instantaneously at a press of a button.
Oh, that
And like
sounds dope.
so you're going through this like abandoned military base, but when you hit the button, you go to the past whenever it had soldiers there. And what's cool is like it goes in real time. So like there's a part where like one guy turns and he's like, "Hey, who's that guy?" And like you can cut him off mid sentence, move behind where he was standing, do it again, bring it back to the present, and then he'll like react because you move. To him, you suddenly just teleported behind him.
Okay, so let me ask you this: when you're in like when you're in point A real time, is point B just frozen or is everything still moving over there and then you just come back? So from that guy's perspective, did you disappear and reappear or did you teleport?
I think the way they do it is it moves in real time. I think so. Like to him, it
Okay.
was like you teleported. I think is how that would work.
Mhm.
I actually didn't think about experimenting with that, but I'm pretty sure it's how it works.
Yeah, cuz I could tell you right now the way it works is they just have two different versions of the map loaded and then they
Yeah,
swap you between them. But having like events and whatnot and NPCs with like pathfinding and stuff set up both like running in the background while you're loading a different map seems fucking insane, and they would have to do that
yeah,
for it to be like full real time. And that
yeah.
sounds fucking dope as all hell if they managed to pull that off. And on
Either
like,
way, either way, I've never seen something like that where you're bouncing back and forth through time like at a literal push of a button.
God, time travel. I'm gonna come out and say it. Time travel games fucking blow most of the time, and I
Yeah,
wish there were more good ones because time travel is just one of those sci-fi things that always gets me 100% of the time.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I feel like the best way to do time travel is involuntary time travel to where
Mhm.
they get sent to another point in time, but they can't like make themselves go back. Like, so you don't get into situations of like, oh, we had to go back to the past to stop the big bad. If we stop the big bad, why do we go to the past to begin with?
Yeah.
Like,
Stuff that doesn't create as many paradoxes. They're gonna fucking where they make you Back to the Future that shit. Where oh we got sent back, now we got to get back.
yeah, yeah, I like it when stuff gets sent to the future
Yeah.
more so.
Cause
That's
when
just me.
cause when time travel's completely in the main character's control, it just fucking completely blows the whole story wide open with
Yeah,
paradoxes
for sure. Yeah,
every single time. They have to have specific, even if it's like I don't even care if it's like super obviously Deus Ex Machina into hey they can't do this right now type of
yeah.
deal. But I want to avoid plot holes and fucking
The only
paradoxes at
solution that I could,
at
yeah,
any corner.
the only solution I can think of is like have it to where it's based on timelines. So like
Yeah.
whenever you go for future, whenever you let's say today's Wednesday, right?
Hmm.
And you want to time travel to Thursday, you're not time traveling to the Thursday in your continuity.
Yeah,
You're
it's
traveling
not
to the
your
Thursday.
Thursday. It's like another Thursday.
Basically, it's another timeline's Thursday. Bro, we need to get Elon Musk in this fucking podcast.
Yeah. I mean, I feel
Dude,
like we've said Deus Ex way too many times to not have Elon Musk here right now.
I I like I said, I think it was episode 1. I told you guys we're going to get Elon on this shit at
That's the
least
goal.
once.
That is the end
That's the
goal of
fucking
this
goal.
show.
That's the fuck. I
That's
was
our
just
end
at
game.
him. I want you to act.
I
Didn't you do
did.
it though?
I did. I
I
have the
want you.
tweet
I want you to do
somewhere.
it again. I want you to do it again, and I want you to say, Elon, we talked about time travel last episode. We need you on here.
Yeah,
We need you
I'm
on here,
gonna link
Elon.
him the fucking episode. I don't know if his
I don't.
DMs are open. I think they are, but if they are, I'm gonna fucking ask him how much to get him on this fucking
He's
podcast.
got Discord. I know that motherfucker has Discord. I want you to bring him. I know. Look, man. Look, man. I get into it because I'm passionate and I love what we do.
Let's
And
get
what
him
I'm
in
saying
here.
is, what I'm saying is, we need Elon in here. We need him in here. Look, man. Look. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
We need Elon. I want to get Alex Jones in here at least once.
Dude, having Alex Jones on the podcast would be fucking great. Because I like Alex Jones because, like, I heard somebody describe him as 1,000,000 miles wide and 2 inches deep one time, and I was like, yeah, that's super fucking accurate.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, I want to get him started on like robots, fucking time travel, psychic interdimensional vampires.
Yeah.
I I want to hear Alex Jones over Discord because Alex Jones, of course, probably also. What do you think his handle would be?
Fucking Gay Frog 69.
I'm about to say Gay Frogs. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Honestly, you know what bothers me so much about Alex Jones?
What?
His lawyer said it before. His ex-wife, I think they got divorced, didn't they? Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, his ex-wife has said it. They've all said that he's doing a fucking bit, but he's not ever let up on camera or anything.
Yeah, that's
I'm
the
almost
scary
convinced.
part.
I'm torn. I don't know if it's a bit or not. And like fucking wrestling, I kind of don't want to know that it's fake if it is.
the the fucking persona has taken over the person.
Yeah, it used to be a bit, but now it's just
Yeah.
fucking consumed him.
Dude, I love the fact that when Count Dankula went on his fucking show, he
Yeah.
described coming to Alex Jones's like the InfoWars set as the Great Pilgrimage.
Yeah.
That
you-
shit is so funny.
Have you seen him on Joe Rogan?
Yeah, no, that's where the whole like interdimensional vampires. thing
Yeah,
comes from.
yeah. The thing. Remember when he tried to fucking fight what's his name?
Eddie Bravo. Yeah,
Yeah, because Eddie Bravo was just sitting there fucking with him constantly, like, no, that's not
Yeah.
true. That's not fucking true.
Eddie Bravo's fucking tinfoil hat wearing ass.
Honestly, Eddie Bravo, Alex Jones. Who the fuck do you think would win?
Eddie Bravo. I don't know what the fuck kind of question is that,
Yeah, but Alex Jones is a big fucking dude. I feel like
dude.
off guard
Eh,
Eddie Bravo.
guard?
If fucking this barrel of a man, Alex Jones, starts running at him,
Like,
this
here's
fucking
my
goblin's gonna get him down.
I'm gonna say here's my thing though. Eddie Bravo is the most fucking tinfoil hat wearing dude I've ever met in my life. Not met, but seen in my life.
Yeah.
He's never not on guard.
Fair, yeah. I don't think I've ever seen Eddie Bravo off guard either.
Yeah, he's cool though. Like, you know, I mean, like I said, he's very much a conspiracy guy, but like from what I've seen on JRE, like he's really fucking cool and really interesting.
Yeah.
And I mean, I obviously we've talked on other podcasts and stuff that we've recorded, but like, you know, I do jujitsu and like, you know, he's a big jujitsu guy, which is really cool, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, that shit's pretty dope. Alex Jones, I like him too.
Yeah, Alex
Dude,
Jones.
did
get
you
on
see the
show.
video of the guy who tried out all his like protein powder and stuff and it did literally nothing?
Yeah, yeah. Like the before and after. But was it on the show that I talked about his before and after pictures promoting that? Where in the second one he's just redder than in the first one.
Yeah,
There's
he just
zero
looks like-
difference except he's just angry.
Yeah, he looks like salmon.
Yeah.
I just want to see like a Photoshop of that where it's the first picture is normal and the second one just has a fucking salmon head.
Oh my god.
It's so stupid, dude.
God, Alex Jones is great. Honestly, if I hope it's a bit for this reason. So that he's willing to do the fucking Doom guy voice. Have you seen those
Oh my
fucking
God.
edits?
Yeah, yeah.
That fits so well. Like
I
that
hate it.
fits unnecessarily well.
Yeah. I just want like Alex Jones to voice like godlike characters. I want in the next Mortal Kombat, I want Raiden to be voiced by Alex Jones. That's
Oh,
what I want.
Jesus
I want
Christ.
him I want that Texan accent over the Thunder God's mouth.
Yeah, didn't you know Alex Jones is God? I saw he spoke to
That's
me in
what-
the clouds one day.
Sweet dude. Sweet dude.
He just fucking he's a
Every
fucking
night
cloud
every night when I
beast.
go to bed. every night when I go to bed, I thank Alex Jones for fighting off the interdimensional psychic vampires
Yeah.
who wish to absorb my youth
Listen,
to
people.
further their
Listen,
plans.
if it wasn't for me, the fucking clockwork elves would be here right now and you'd be dead.
Fucking
They'd just
clockwork
shoot you.
elves.
They're at the fucking interdimensional gateway waiting to come through. You'd be dead right now.
Liu Kang, Liu Kang, you have to win Mortal Kombat. Shang Tsung, he's using his magic. He's turning the freaking frog snake. Liu Kang, you have to.
Yeah. Have you heard my bit where I'm just Alex Jones promoting Gfuel?
Excuse me?
Yeah, it's like fucking no. People keep complaining to me. They say, Alex, there's lead in the G Fuel. You know, there's lead in G Fuel. And to that I say they're putting fluoride in the water supply. All right, and they say it's harmless, and they say they're not doing it, but they're definitely doing it. And naturally, lead's the only way to combat fluoride directly. It cancels it out in your stomach, and you're fine.
Fucking G Fuel. Dude. I want to see like old footage of like Boogie 298, whatever the fuck his name
Yeah.
is. His Mountain Dew rants, but it's Alex Jones.
But it's Alex
I could-
Jones and G
Dude,
Fuel.
I could see Alex Jones and his fucking Texan ass busting into somebody's house saying, "Did you drink my Mountain Dew? Did you? Let me smell your breath." Fucking holy shit. Oh man, what time are we at?
We're at 30 minutes. We're only halfway through this absolute
There we go. Look, man,
shitstorm.
we're gonna ride it out. We're gonna ride that shit out, man.
Honestly, I
Look.
shouldn't have gone so hard into the Alex Jones impression because now my throat is fucked.
There you go. See what happened is he gave you a percentage of his power
Yeah.
for that impression, and it's worn your mortal body out.
Yeah.
Oh man. See, let me get your opinion on something, right?
All right, hit me.
How do you feel about when they get like real actors, like real like celebrity actors and stuff, to like motion capture in video games, and it's like literally just the actor?
Yeah.
Because I've seen some people have like either people are cool with it or they're like, wait a minute, we don't want to see all that.
Yeah, it depends, really. It depends. Because, A, you're kind of shitting animators out of a job, but B, like, honestly, if it were up to me, because I feel like, I don't know, I'm split on the issue, because I, if the actor's gonna be portraying them, if the actor's gonna be portraying a character and it's gonna be physically just them in the video game, and they can
Right.
mocap that while they're performing the lines, I feel like they should do that for, like, performance accuracy. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I almost feel like a professional mocap person, like fucking Andy Serkis or something, would do a way better job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why we limit ourselves. Why game developers limit themselves to, hey, we want this actor in our thing, so we're just gonna make them play the character, and it's gonna be physically looking like them. I feel like
Yeah.
if you can create a 3D model of the actor directly, why not just? The only reason actors like look like themselves in movies is just because we can't. Directors don't have the power to just fucking mold their fucking face how they want it to look
Yeah.
without expensive
Yeah.
ass prosthetics. You can do this for no extra cost. You can make them look exactly the way you wanna. So
Yeah.
I don't really see why you would
Unless
go
it's
with the actor
easier.
outside of just having their name and face on the cover.
Yeah, I mean, unless it's easier to do it with the actual actor, which
Well-
I could see that being the case.
Yeah, because you can scan their faces and stuff, I guess. That
mean,
seems
my-
better. But small
my
tweaks
whole
to that
thing is
facial
like-
scan wouldn't be that hard to pull off.
Yeah, fair. I mean, like I said, I guess it just depends really.
Yeah.
For me, I think like I don't think it's bad. I just hope it doesn't become like a big trend.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I think Norman Reedus is probably the best example.
Yeah, it's a nice novelty with things like Norman Reedus in fucking Death Stranding and Keanu Reeves in Cyberpunk from what little bit of
Yeah.
Cyberpunk we've actually seen. Still convinced Cyberpunk's never coming out and that it's all a fucking conspiracy. Considering that game's been delayed several times and it looks way too good to be a video game.
Look, man, you never know. By the way,
That's gonna be
did
one
you
of
ever
those
play-
fucking Half-Life 3 games. It's never gonna happen.
Did you ever play Death Stranding?
I did not play Death Stranding.
Bro, you can drink actual monsters in that game.
Oh. I thought you were gonna say you could drink piss. I'm very
I mean,
disappointed.
no, I'm not done yet, Brent. It's funny you mentioned that because any water any water
Yeah.
that he collects gets turned into monster energy.
What? All right. If that's not a
But Brett,
sponsorship deal, I don't know what is.
the story is not over, Brett. The
Mm-hmm.
story isn't over
Oh shit.
because there's enemies that you fight in the game that are weak against, I guess, his DNA, and you
Oh
can use
no.
the bathroom in that game. You can throw piss and shit at enemies to kill them.
You can like a fucking primate. You can just throw actual feces at them. All
But they
right.
treat it so scientific and it's wild.
Mm-hmm.
And it oh my god, dude. That game's really good though. Like
Well, yeah,
really good.
that's a strategy, I guess.
I mean, it works. It
Yeah, I
works. I
can't
killed
fault him. The method works.
dude. The fact that I can say that I've beaten a boss in a video game by throwing my own piss at it.
Can we can we
Look, man,
can we backtrack for a second?
go ahead.
What do you just pick up a water bottle and then look in your inventory and it's a monster?
No, no, no. Okay, so the way that the game works
Uh
is,
huh.
you have like I guess it's like a satchel of water, and you're constantly traveling, or a satchel that collects liquid,
Mm-hmm.
and like for some reason it converts the water into monster energy, and I don't mean like, haha, it looks like monster
Yeah.
energy. I mean
Why
it's
would you
literally,
want that?
no, it's literally cans of monster, and it gives you a stamina boost,
Well,
meaning before.
I guess Jimmy John Package Man with baby needs to stay awake on the job. So.
It's just crazy because like there's a video game out there where I can say that I play as Norman Reedus who carries a fetus, and I can make him chug 6 cans of Monster Energy drink, which makes his stamina and health larger, and
Mm-hmm.
also I can use the liquid gained from that Monster Energy to piss, turn it into a weapon, and use it to kill demons.
Yeah. Honestly, I had no idea what the fuck Death Stranding was, or that it even got announced until like months before its release. Um,
It's really cool. I
and
mean,
apparently
you know,
people knew about this years before it came out.
yeah. I mean,
Because
it's
I kept seeing Norman Reedus fetus jokes, and I was like, is
yeah.
it just because it rhymes? What the fuck does this mean? And then I saw Death Stranding, and I'm like, I get it now.
I think it's really cool. You know, it's post-apocalyptic sci-fi is always really cool,
Uh
and I
huh.
like the whole thing where like it's the rain that's one of the biggest threats because it like makes things rust and like ages things,
Yeah.
and the whole I never beat the game, but like the whole stuff with like the ooze or whatever, how it's like sentient. There's those like
Mm-hmm.
Quiet Place esque like monsters that you only see like their handprints and stuff. Like that shit's
Yeah.
cool. Kojima knows how to set up a really good universe.
Yeah,
That's his biggest strength.
I joke a lot about how the Game Awards are rigged in Kojima's favor, but honestly, 99% of the time he totally deserves it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm kind of biased because like Metal Gear is my favorite series. Like we've talked
Yeah.
about this before. Like it's my shit. I love it.
I mean,
Um,
I've got sympathy for Kojima just cuz he got fucked so hard a couple years back.
yeah. Supposedly, Konami either I think Kojima Productions is trying to get the rights for Silent Hill from Konami.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's going to be
Something.
dope. A new Silent Hill game
Some.
would be fucking whack.
Well, remember they were trying to make that one a while ago that was gonna have Norman Reedus in it.
Yeah.
So and then that got canceled.
I assume out of that project we just got Death Stranding from that somehow.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it doesn't
I
seem,
think
because Death Stranding feels nothing like a fucking Silent Hill game for the most part, from what I've seen, like vibe
Yeah,
wise.
I think like there are some moments where you could probably say that, but like not really
Yeah, I
in the
feel like
sense
they
of
just
yeah.
like picked up the pieces and they're like, all right, get rid of everything Silent Hill related. What have you got left? Norman Reedus.
Yeah,
All right.
to me, I think it fits like yeah, because I mean the closest, yeah, I agree. I mean, there's some Death Stranding to me feels like if you tried to make like an actually really good Metal Gear Survival game.
Uh huh.
By the way, we're not going to talk about Metal Gear Survive.
No, yeah.
Fuck, I forgot about that fucking game.
It's always
Dude,
good
that
to forget.
I blocked that shit out of my memory. Like, I'm not even kidding when I said like a Metal Gear Survival game, the logo popped up in my head of Metal Gear Survive, and then I actively said to myself in my head, "Oh no."
Yeah. Dude, you
Dude,
blocked it out like a traumatic event. You're
yeah,
experiencing
man, it's all
PTSD right
rushing.
now.
It's all rushing back to me. The back of my head feels warm now.
Oh no. Do you smell toast?
Dude, it's fucking
Are you gonna have a stroke?
dude, it's like that picture where the guy's head turns into a fucking tricycle. Like that's how I felt playing Metal Gear Survive.
Yeah.
Dude, it sucks, man, because like that's the last Metal Gear game that we've gotten, and like, fuck, it was bad. Like, I tried everything to be an apologist for it. There are some things it does right. Don't get me wrong. There are some things it legitimately does right. Not much, but there are some things.
Yeah.
The base building stuff was really cool,
Mm-hmm.
and the online is really good. That's about it.
Yeah.
And it sucks for like in a Metal Gear game, there's not good story. Excuse me. You
Yep.
know, not even a decent one.
I don't know,
Like
man.
people shit on Metal Gear Rising for having a real basic story, but like Metal Gear Rising was like fucking Shakespearean literature in comparison to Metal Gear Survive.
Yeah, at least it had a story.
Yeah, Metal Gear Survive is just real like basic. Like we're gonna escape out of here, and then like some ties to the main continuity, even though it's real, and like just weird shit.
Yeah.
And like I don't know that whole falling out with Konami and Kojima really fucked over. Like it fucked over Metal Gear Solid 5. Like the last there's like I think there's like a whole like quarter of the game that just never got finished, which is why the game feels so rushed after you beat like the big bad essentially.
Yeah.
Because originally it was supposed to be like you beat the big bad, and then there was a whole other section about this other character who's related to Big Boss, like story wise,
Mm-hmm.
and it was going to be about their conflict and like basically setting up for the rest of the series because 5 takes place before the original game.
Right.
So it was like setting that shit up. But when they were developing that was when that whole shit happened with Konami and Kojima. So all we got was like a really rushed like ending, and this whole thing that got released that was called like 5 the lost chapters.
Yeah.
That was just basically like almost like a documentary type thing talking about the stuff that got cut,
Mm-hmm.
not you actually playing through it.
So it was just a fucking bonus feature thing.
Essentially, yeah, it was just saying, yeah, you know, we were gonna put this in, but you know, due to time constraints and all the other stuff, like. But here's the thing: if you know what happened, you know what I mean. You know, it wasn't just time constraints. Well, part of it was,
Yeah.
but a lot of it was the drama.
It's so weird seeing stuff like that happen where they can't fucking talk about it, like for like
Yeah.
contract reasons, or maybe they just don't wanna. Like the Sonic movie. Can we loop around to that for a second? The Sonic movie,
Holy
fucking
shit! Yeah.
the Blu-ray for it came out not too long ago, and I keep seeing Twitter posts about the fact that the bonus features, a lot of them that show like the behind-the-scenes stuff and like Sonic stand-ins and whatnot, still use the old design because they didn't redesign them until after filming was done.
Yeah.
So like, there's a lot of footage of just old Sonic design for the movie, and nobody talks about it, not even once. He's even like front and center on screen for some of those shots, and nobody fucking mentions why the hell Sonic looks like that. Like, of course we all know, but some fucking kid out there is like, why? Why?
Right. Right.
Why
No,
does he
I
look
get
so
it,
fucked?
dude. Wouldn't it be weird they on the Blu-ray they had a feature that was the what they had made of the first movie
I
in
hear
the
they
old
only,
design?
I hear they only had like a few scenes done for it outside of what was shown in the trailer.
Yeah.
So there's not like a full cut of the movie out there somewhere, sadly. I'd really love to see that,
Me
honestly.
too,
Because, of
dude.
course, with that redesign, there had to be some script changes somewhere, right? And
Yeah.
reshoots.
Yeah. I mean, wouldn't it like that shit scares me to think about? Because imagine what like the fucking echidnas and tails would have looked like in that art style.
Oh, yeah. I don't know, man. It's frightening. Sonic Movie 2, though, is, like, pretty much all but confirmed. I don't think anybody official has
Yeah,
said 100% yes,
but
we're
we
making
know.
a sequel. But they
We
set up the
know.
sequel so fucking hard and made it look so fucking good that people are demanding it now. So I'm sure it'll
Yeah.
happen.
I really wonder what the
And
second
because
movie is gonna
because
be.
it's looking like now with the way 2020 is going and everybody's stuck at home for the most part, that the Sonic movie might be the highest grossing movie of the year.
Yeah, that's
Because it
wild.
was like the last big movie before quarantine.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I wonder what the second movie's plot's gonna be. Uh, I think it is gonna be. I think what they're gonna do is they probably do like Sonic, not Sonic Adventure, but Sonic 3.
Yeah.
where it's going to be Sonic and Tails teaming up, and then you'll probably see a little bit of Knuckles because they're going to want to bring in more of the like anthropomorphic
Yeah, they were talking
characters, you know?
about bringing in more stuff from like the main Sonic cast in the games to the movie on the second one.
Yeah. So my whole thing is like, they're gonna want to bring in like Shadow at one point. I could
Jesus
easily see that.
Christ.
Like, I don't know. I could see them doing that. I could see them trying to pull some bullshit and get like Shadow in the game, or at the very least, if they do try to dip into like the
Yeah.
adventure onward stuff, at least do like Chaos,
Uh-huh.
Because I mean, adventure's like the big thing, Everyone nuts over Adventure One and Adventure Two.
Yeah, I get that.
So seeing anything from that, I could easily see them trying to pull, whether it be Shadow, which I think is probably going to be what the third movie is about.
I mean,
I could
Sonic was in
easily
San
see it.
Francisco, the first movie.
Yeah.
So
I
I
mean,
mean,
I'm just saying, I could easily see like the third movie. The big thing is Shadow the Hedgehog.
yeah, the second movie, what really excites me about a Sonic movie sequel isn't even the main protagonist cast. It's going to be because in the first movie Robotnik was more Jim Carrey than he was Robotnik.
Oh man,
And at
but
the
he carried
very
that movie.
Oh yeah, he was fucking great. He just wasn't exactly the Robotnik we all know and love yet. And now
Yeah,
we saw him at the very last scene in the fucking
yeah,
mushroom thing after the credits, and I fucking am very excited because then he was even falling into the traditional Robotnik voice there a bit.
yeah.
And I can't wait to see Jim Carrey go full Robotnik instead of like kind of more so just him playing the character.
Dude, I can't wait to see him ham it up. I'm so
Yeah,
excited.
I'm very
I'm so
excited.
excited. Yeah, I mean, it was better than what I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Um, the story was definitely different though, because I really thought it was gonna be like all, um, well, it's kind of sort of like I didn't expect the whole movie to be in the human world.
Mhm.
I thought they were gonna pull like kind of like they start there and then like towards the end they go to his world again.
Yeah, seeing the trailers and whatnot, I was really hoping it would be like Detective Pikachu was, where it was kind of like half and half, what was CG and what
Yeah,
wasn't.
yeah, man, Detective Pikachu is so fucking good.
Detective Pikachu was an alright movie wise, but from a visual alone standpoint, was the best movie I've seen in the past 5 years
Yeah,
for visuals at least.
dude, I hate that I get excited about like obscure shit in video game series because that whole movie, I just wanted them to mention once, at least once.
Mhm.
Uh, because of course I'm a fucking goblin and I love the GameCube Pokemon games.
Yeah.
Fucking, fucking a Gale of Darkness with the black Lugia. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was actually my first Pokemon game
Yeah,
ever.
me too.
And I was like a wee lad, so I didn't understand. And now I like fucking play it again, and I'm like, hey, this isn't great. For, I mean, it's a good game. It's just not great
It's not a
representation of
good.
what the
Yeah,
Pokemon
yeah,
franchise is.
yeah. It's a good game, but not a great Pokemon.
Yeah, it's not a good entry point to Pokemon at all. And that
Yeah,
game
yeah.
alone pretty much staved me off ever getting into Pokemon until like the past few years. I've kind of been
Oh,
dabbling
dude, it
in
was
like
it was the opposite for me.
because when
That's
you
what
spend
got
a
me
hundred
into it.
bucks on on a fucking GBA, you gotta play Pokemon.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like I
Yeah.
said, that I don't know. I just like that whole, that whole little quirky little GameCube like universe it had with the fucking Shadow Pokemon, all the weird NPCs
Yeah,
with their
dude.
weird fucking designs and stuff.
GameCube games, I feel like if you want to experience Nintendo go full off model with all of their franchise, go to the GameCube.
Yeah.
Like that's where you
Oh,
find the weird shit. Mario had a tribal tattoo for a bit.
dude. Yeah.
He got it
Oh
removed at
no.
some like that was canon. That wasn't just for that ad. That was fucking canon for like 12 years and then they showed in Odyssey in like 2017 they showed him with his shirt off again and he didn't have it.
He got it removed.
Yeah, he got it
Yeah, no.
fucking removed.
Yeah, GameCube is like Nintendo's weird like artsy phase where it just did a lot of weird shit.
Yeah, like they played around with art styles a lot, like with Zelda, and I feel like Double Dash was a good departure for Mario Kart, and
I
that's
mean, even with Pokemon, like the anime was full and out at this time for sure, and they still went
yeah,
with the weird like oblong looking 3D models, dude. In some areas of Gale of Darkness, I get almost like an Earthbound feel.
mm-hmm,
Like that's not even me bullshitting. Like that little town Chasm. I don't know if you remember, like the Bad Town or whatever,
Yeah.
where it's got like the all the music for it is like that snapping that
Hey,
I don't know if you
funny
uh,
thing, I haven't played this game since I was a kid. Wasn't EGAD in this fucking game somehow?
yes,
How?
yes.
How does that make sense at all? Thank you, Nintendo, for putting EGAD in more games, but how the
I
fuck?
think I know what you're talking about. Fuck, was he in it?
It was either EGAD or a guy who looks very fucking strangely like EGAD.
I don't know. I know there's a dude with a big fucking afro who you would fight repeatedly as a
Oh yeah.
reoccurring enemy. He was great. Like that kind of stuff is what I got the Earthbound feel from. Like I really wish Nintendo would do something with Earthbound. Like
Mm-hmm.
something. Give us something.
It
Give
would
us
not. It would not be that much work to just like translate Mother 3 and throw it up on the eShop.
yeah, or at the very least, you could take even the original Earthbound, right? Remaster it
Yeah.
with like 3D graphics and stuff, and just release it.
Yeah, I honestly feel like if they took Earthbound and not even in 3D, even if they just stuck to 2D graphics in like, but not like pixelated, but like
Yeah, yeah,
2D,
yeah,
like
yeah,
a little, like slightly cartoonish, like the
yeah, yeah,
original
yeah,
sprites kind of are, and
yeah.
just threw that together and made it. And like, if it kind of looked like a Paper Mario game, that would work too.
Have you seen Mega Man 11, like the newest Mega Man
Yeah,
just
I've
came out?
seen that.
Like that,
Yeah,
like
like
that. Yeah,
that, like that. Honestly,
yeah,
I don't feel like enough games go for the 2D cartoon aesthetic as much anymore,
yeah.
and I kind of
My whole
miss
thing
that.
is like, yeah, my whole thing is like when games try to go retro, they go back to 8-bit or 16-bit.
Mhm.
I like it when they do like 3D models, but on a 2D plane, and it looks good, and it's like got the retro
Yeah.
style. That's what I like.
I like when games capture the feel of an old video game, but with today's technology and graphics
Yeah,
powered.
yeah,
And
yeah,
and I feel like honestly, I'm gonna complain for a minute. Indie games with if I see another indie game with awful pixel art where the pixels on different models are completely different sizes one more time, I'm gonna fucking explode.
Oh man, I think the only indie game I can think of that got it right was probably Shovel Knight
Yeah, Shovel
when
Knight
it
does
was
a
still an indie.
fucking amazing job, and not even like Shovel Knight hit it to an extent to where it wouldn't like it very much would not play on an old console, and you
Yeah,
couldn't possibly ever port it over, like and
yeah,
demake it, but. They implemented just enough, like the parallax scrolling in the backgrounds, having like high
yeah,
quality sprite art that like
yeah,
moves and whatnot, and the pixels all stay straight, and it's just not pixels rotating diagonally, because that pisses me off
yeah.
too. And it looks, I cannot find an error in that game, honestly, with
No,
like the way
you're
the
right.
pixel
Yeah,
art works, and it looks beautiful in its own way, and it doesn't like go down to the constraints of what an old
oh
game
yeah.
would be.
And the soundtrack is just fucking
And the
banging, dude.
soundtrack is amazing all the way through.
What time are we at?
We are at 52 minutes, so we probably got a little bit of time to talk about video game music. You said before at the
Okay,
top of the
before we
show
go,
that you
yeah,
wanted to talk
yeah,
about
yeah,
that.
yeah. Because I wanted to talk about this because at the last episode or the one before it, I talked about how I really like the Sega Genesis bleeps and bloops, if you will.
Yeah.
Um, I think, like, man, music is so important for a game, in my opinion. Like,
Mm-hmm.
there's so many games out there that like you can honestly, fuck, like, what was I trying to say? Okay, the point I'm trying to make is music is way more important to me in a video game than some people think it would be.
Yeah.
Because if a game has a really memorable soundtrack, there can be parts of that game that I don't fucking like, but you'll still hear me say, "Yeah, the game's kind of shit, but the soundtrack."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now, modern day, you don't have to do this anymore, but games, a game had a good soundtrack back before, like, Internet Archives and whatnot, when you would just turn it on and go to, like, the menu and just let it sit and play.
What? Yeah, yeah.
You ever do
No, no, no.
that?
Like fucking Comic Zone. You know why? One of the reasons why Comic Zone is my favorite Genesis game
Why is that?
because of the soundtrack.
Hmm.
Because of the soundtrack, like it's so good. There are levels of that game that like I can just tell you the name of the level just from hearing the song.
Yeah. And there's so many games like that, and I especially it feels like I like that better in either A, old one-off titles from a company, or B, indie games. Those are the two
Yeah,
places where you find the most originality and greatness in soundtracks. Because I can think about a million Mario games, and I could tell you right now, if you sat me in front of a fucking like keyboard and
Yeah,
told me, "Hey, if you had to make a desert level for a Mario game, what would it sound like?" And I could throw that together in 5 minutes tops.
yeah.
But if you
Or
if
I mean, like,
I like it when like there's not an established format like that, and each like, hey, this desert level sounds unique and doesn't have that traditional like Hindi Indian sounding music all the way
yeah.
through.
Or when songs kind of subvert your expectations like that. Like the
Yeah.
main theme for Metal Gear Solid not being, like obviously it has its like techno-y, like electronic, like sneaky actiony music.
Yeah, kind of
But
Europop-ish, but like not quite as far.
yeah, but like yeah, oh my god.
I'm sorry, did I just give you Europop flashbacks?
Yeah. But then the main theme for the first game is like this Japanese like operatic sounding
hmm
song.
Which fits the story, I guess. But
It
like
fits the story, but like
it very
if I
much
if I
subverts what you would think by looking at the cover or the gameplay.
yeah, exactly. Except for Metal Gear Rising. When you see Metal Gear Rising, you hear it's like fucking butt rock metal
hmm
soundtrack. You're like, yeah, that fits.
Yeah.
But that's another thing too, is like music is so cool in a video game because even if it fits, if it's really good, then that's even better. Like Metal Gear Rising to me has one of my favorite soundtracks because of just how good they nailed it.
Yeah, I think we talked
That's
about. Did we talk about leitmotifs at some point on the podcast? Because I'm almost sure
No,
we
we
did.
didn't.
Oh, you know what it is, right?
No.
Okay, for you and also the people who aren't familiar in the audience, leitmotif is where a game takes one song from the game and alters it to use it in a completely different situation, like a reply or like a reprise to a song. But like, hey, you've played Super Mario World, right?
Yeah.
How all the songs in that game have the same exact like sound. Like you could pick out the notes and it's got the same rhythm and timing and melody usually. Well, not timing because they changed that up a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's done in like a different instrument set or like slowed down a little bit or yeah, that's what a leitmotif is and I love it when games use that.
Yeah.
Like I've heard people call it lazy, but I like to call it theming. I think it fits nicely in certain situations.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Fair.
And Banjo Kazooie used it a lot, but they used it in a different way, where like for certain parts of the level, you get a different set of instruments playing the music, and that like actively shifting interactive soundtracks are fucking amazing to me. There's a word for it, but I can't think of it right now. But soundtracks that
Right.
change based on what you're doing in the game, but it's the same song, are just that's top quality.
Right. Or when they take like you hear it in the beginning and then they like bring it back at like the end.
Yeah, like
And
the
it's like a
first
different
level ended
section
up
of it.
being the fucking final boss theme.
Yeah. At Metal Gear Rising for a lot of its stuff.
Yeah.
I never got tired of hearing Rules of Nature.
Hmm.
Not once did I get tired of it.
Or you could pull a fucking 2000 Sonic and just get Crush 40 to make a bunch of fucking songs
Dude.
and then just throw them all in
Dude.
there.
Don't even get me started on Crush 40.
It's a haphazard way of doing it, but it works.
Either you hate Crush 40 or you love Crush 40.
I
There
like
is
Crush
no in
40,
between.
but like at the same time I'm very on the fence about Crush 40.
Man, I found some of their albums, right? And
Mhm.
the fact that I heard their albums and some of the songs weren't in a Sonic game threw me off.
Yeah, the fact that like a lot of their music that's not in a Sonic game could have very easily been in a Sonic game. There's probably enough there to put a Crush 40 song in every Sonic game for the next decade.
Yeah. Yeah. I
I
mean, you're right.
I feel like Sonic Team could do a better job if they were to just take any Crush 40 song they haven't used yet and build a game around that song.
Yeah.
Just
I
around,
mean,
hey, I want to have this on the soundtrack. All right, let's build a game.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, right time to wrap it up.
Yeah, it is probably about time to wrap up. Yeah, we're at 59 minutes. We should probably wrap up right at the hour goal mark. Um,
Exactly.
this has been a real long feeling recording, though.
That's okay. It's just because we didn't have Dylan here to chime in too.
I feel like yeah, I haven't mentioned this whole episode. Dylan hasn't been here, so for those of you wondering, he's not just really fucking quiet this episode. He's not here.
Dude, what if like at the end Dylan just went, yeah.
Yeah. No,
What
no,
does
at
he
the
always
very
say?
ass end of the episode, just bye. Or just drops an understandable in there.
What did it
Fucking
say? What does he say the most?
I think it's under like speaking it'd be a yeah in response to things, but I think over text the thing he says the most is understandable.
Understandable.
Like that's the only response I get from him when I'm talking about anything that's not a yes or no answer.
Oh man, that's fun.
Outside of shitting on Dylan though, we should probably end the episode.
Right.
Right, yeah. Hope you guys have enjoyed this episode of the Controller Slot B podcast. Leave a comment talking about any of the bullshit we talked about, and we'll get back to you on it and fucking maybe discuss it next episode. I don't know. Hit up Elon Musk,
Exactly.
harass him, get him on the podcast.
Dude, let's get him on. Let's
Yeah.
get him on.
If you have a Twitter, you can help. At Elon
Yes.
Musk, go on the Controller Slot B podcast. All right, Trent, you got anything to plug?
Nope, not this week.
Well,
Unfortunately.
maybe next week.
Maybe next week.
Yeah, all right. See you all in the next episode. Fucking next Friday. We're back on schedule, baby.